evening and welcome to the Perry Athletic Complex for tonight's game between the Greene County Rams and the Perry Jayettes. Sportsmanship is simple. Treat others how you would want to be treated. Respect the game and everyone participating. Education-based athletics is more than winning. It's about development, equity, and character. Be responsible, be respectful, and be positive. Tonight's officials, as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Association, are Michael Bell and Tom Schurz. Tonight's starting lineup for the Greene County Rams. Leading off in the DP spot is Peyton Koking, number 20. Batting second in left field, number 10, Casey Pittman. Batting third, Sarah Moreland, playing third, number 1. Batting fourth, playing first, is Olivia Smith, number 33. Batting fifth, playing short, is Becca Anderson, number 7. Batting sixth, pitching is Elena Hurd, number 39. Batting seventh, playing second, Bella Johnson, number 14. Batting eighth, playing center, Violet Reedy. Batting ninth and catching is McKenna Eversole, number 5. And in the flex position, playing right field, is CeCe Cunningham. The Rams are coached by Tom Kennedy and Marissa Promise. Tonight's starting lineup for the Perry Jayettes is leading off, playing center, Cate Erickson, number 9. Batting second, behind the plate, number 13, Kerrigan Walchel. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 5, Callie Walchel. On the mound, batting fourth, number 4, Tina Canale. Batting fifth, playing first, number 10, Kate Shuttler. Batting sixth, the DP, number 18, Jalen Robb. Batting seventh, in left field, number 1, Taryn Nearing. Batting eighth, playing second, number 2, Harper Peterson.
Also part of the track team that just saw their season.
Batting ninth, playing right, number 8, Aiden Erickson. And in the flex position is Abby Perks, number 6, playing third.
We'll get you to our first pick. Before we get you there, let's say goodbye to our.
The Jayettes are coached by head coach Emma Olenzak and assistant coach Cassidy Heck. Please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
And enjoy game time temperature at first pitch. It is 57.
Now batting number 20, Peyton Koking.
A little bit of rain today and throughout the afternoon. It doesn't matter if you're farming thousands of acres or just keeping things tight around your home with the trusted team of animal equipment to work for you. First pitch swinging is Koking, and it's going to roll down the third baseline and out of play. And head coach Tom Kennedy makes the play. Fires it back to Keneally, who's ahead in the count, 0-1. Left-handed swinger is Koking. Second pitch of the AB fired up high, and needs to take that time for the designated hitter. Koking, now a senior, going to be expected to be a large part of this offense. 1-1 pitch, rocks and fires, pop off on the infield, underneath the second baseman. For out number 1. Great start to the season for the Jayettes.
Now batting number 10, Casey Pittman.
The leadoff batter. Stepping in, Casey Pittman, the left fielder, with 1 out here in the top of the first. Keneally taking her time, she'll rock and fire. First pitch swung through and missed by the left-handed swinger. Black uniforms tonight for the Jayettes, tops and bottoms. Keneally ahead in the count, 0-1 with 1 out. She'll rock and fire, showing bunt, getting it down. Coming in, barehanding first, and she'll have no throw. And that's going to be our first hit of the night.
Now batting number 1, Sarah Moreland.
Going to step in Sarah Moreland into the batter's box. As a freshman, she hit .328. That was third on the team. The right-handed hitter, Moreland, plays third base. First pitch, swung through and missed. Keneally gets ahead with an early strike. She's led off each batter in this inning with a strike. See if we can get a ground ball and infield try and turn to 0-1 count. Here comes the pitch from Keneally. It's swung through, fly ball out to left field. Hustling in and making the play that time is Aaron Marion for out number 2. Going to come in just outside.
Now batting number 33, Olivia Smith.
To make that play. Now 2 outs and stepping in is Olivia Smith. Played a lot as a freshman last year, started all 24 games. The right-handed hitter with 2 outs, a runner on first. She'll take the first pitch high for a ball. Casey Pittman reached on an infield single. The lefty laid down a bunt. Greene County with the white tops tonight and red bottoms. Here comes the 1-0. Pitch inside and low. Keneally now behind in the count 2-0. Taking her time as she gets the ball back. Thinking about this next pitch. 2-0, rock and fire. It is swung, gets hit out deep to Taryn there into the left field. She's going to get underneath it. And after one hit, one runner left on base, no run scored. We go to the bottom of the first. First time we'll see the Jayettes often here on the Raccoon Valley Radio Sports Network.
Leading off is Cate Erickson, number 9.
Green will see Christina Keneally. Cate Erickson stepping in, working against Elena Hurd. The sophomore was a workhorse pitcher last year as a freshman. She'll rock and fire. First pitch catches the outside corner, ahead in the count 0-1. Erickson, the right-handed hitter, hit 340 last year. Gets back in the box. Shows bunt, gets it down. And it's perfect. Coming up and makes the play. Person fires the first. It's going to be too late. Lead-off single for Perry. So we've seen both teams play a little
now batting
small
number
ball.
13, Kerrigan
We have
Walter.
a bunt single for the Jayettes. Stepping in the catcher, Kerrigan Walter, first team All-Heart of Iowa Conference last year. First pitch from Hurd, outside for a ball. Cate Erickson loves to run last year. Was only caught 1 time. First pitch outside for a ball. Kerrigan ahead in the count 1-0. Hurd rocks and fires over the heart of the plate. It's going to be high though and called a ball. So Kerrigan is in a hitter's count here up 2-0. Still no outs in the first inning. Standing on first base is the speedy Cate Erickson. 2-0 pitch from Hurd. It is going to be outside and Kerrigan is ahead in the count 3-0. 97 at-bats for the elder Welchel. Walked just 7 times last season. He's ahead 3-0, showing bunt. Pitch from Hurd, going to be outside for a 4-pitch walk. And we got runners on first and second for the Jayettes.
Now to bat number 5, Callie Welchel.
Crooked number in this first inning. Callie Welchel coming in. She hit 388 last year. Here comes the first pitch from Hurd. She'll rock and fire. High and outside. 1-0. 5 straight balls thrown by the sophomore pitcher, Hurd. She walked 88 batters last season in 135 innings. Hurd ready to rock and fire with the 1-0. This one's low in the dirt, gets by the catcher, and advancing on the play are both runners. So that one went through the wickets of Ebersol. Casey Pittman's out in left, Greene in center, Cunningham in right, Moreland and Anderson on the left side of the infield, Johnson and Smith on the right side, and Hurd in the circle. 2-0 count after the wild pitch as they spoke runners. Callie in a hitter's count. She'll swing at this one, and it's out of play down the first base line. Good swing that time, just a little bit late. Base hit could score 2 runs here. Cate Erickson on third, Kerrigan Welchel on second. Here comes the 2-1 from Hurd. She'll rock and fire, and swinging through it that time is Callie. So strike number 2. Count is 2-2 with no outs and runners on third and second. This would be a big time for Hurd to pick up her first strikeout. The right-handed pitcher rocks and fires. Swinging at it, Callie sends a flare out to right field, trying to make the play is Cunningham. It's going to be out of play deep down the right field line, and it will stay status quo at 2-2. That's just a long strike. County also had 17 RBIs on the year last year. That was tied for second with her older sister, Kerrigan. Emily Bell was first on the squad. Here comes the 2-2 from her. Swinging through the pitch and not able to catch up with that one.
Here we go, Tina!
Was Callie. And that is strike number
Now
one.
batting
That's a
Tina
huge
Keneally,
strikeout.
number 4.
First by either club. Tina Keneally stepping in for the Jayettes, trying to help out her own cause, the right-handed swinger. Keneally had 4 RBIs last season. She had 1 home run. She shows bunt just down the third base line. Getting caught up there is Cate Erickson. She tries to get back to third base. They fire the ball to Maci Anderson, and they're going to tag her out. So Keneally laid down the bunt that time.
Now
And
batting
Moreland
Kate
came
Shuttler,
up
number
to
10.
make the play, and Cate Erickson got caught in no man's land. 5-6 on the putout. Keneally ends up at first. Now we have runners on first and second for Cate Shuttler, making her varsity debut. The 8th grader swings at the first pitch in the dirt behind an account 0-1. 2 outs now in our bottom of the first. Runners on first and second. Bird comes home with it. Swings at it and can't catch up with that one. 0-2.
I'm trying to skip this.
Perry had runners on second and third. And no outs. And may not be able to capitalize. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Taken for a strike by Shuttler. And that's how this inning's going to come to a close. So after 1 hit, 2 runners left on base, Perry won't be able to score here in the bottom first.
After 1, the score is 0-0.
Second inning.
Now batting number 7, Becca Anderson.
Third will come to the dish if anyone can reach Bella Johnson. Right-handed hitter, Olivia Smith steps in, swinging at the first pitch. It's going to get high first at third base, rolls all the way to Terranang to left field, or she gets the ball in quickly, and that's going to be a leadoff single. So runner on base here.
Now batting number 39, Elena Hurd.
So Elena Hurd now stepping in after the leadoff single. Pitcher trying to help herself out here. Right-handed swinging Hurd will take the first pitch for a ball. Keneally finds behind 1-0. Second hit of the game given up by Keneally. Working against her counterpart, Hurd. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. She rocks and fires, swinging through the pitch last time it's Hurd. And it evens things up at 1-1. Hurd hit 242 last season with 16 total hits. She's swinging at the 1-1 fly ball out to Merrigan left field. She charges hard, gets underneath it, and she'll make the play for out number 1.
Now batting number 14, Bella Johnson.
Bella Johnson, the second baseman, going to be stepping in. Another right-handed hitter for the Greene County Rams. Runner on first base is Becca Anderson, showing bunt up. Beautiful defense for the Jayettes there for out number 2.
Now batting number 6, Violet Reedy.
Center fielder Violet Reedy stepping in. One of the seniors for the Rams hit 226 in her junior campaign with 2 outs. Keneally comes home, pitches high. Kerrigan fires the second and in that time. It was a really good throw by Kerrigan, just a tad late. And it's going to be the first stolen base of the season for the Rams. Comes the second pitch of the at-bat. Washington fires, and Reedy swings through it, evens things up at 1-1. It was a leadoff single by Becca Anderson. She just stole second in scoring position. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Low and in the dirt from Keneally. Count moves to 2-1. Reed, the 8th place hitter in this Greene County lineup. Here comes the 2-1. It's going to go just fine. Good pitch that time. Just can't get Reedy to chase it. Now 3-1. The 9-hole hitter is on deck. That's McKenna Eversole. 3-1 pitch. It's going to be fourth. Number 3. So the Jayettes defense making some plays to help out Keneally. He has 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. Still no score.
Now batting number 18, Jalen Robb.
Cate Erickson. Elena Hurd out for her second inning of work. Her first pitch is going to be just low to the right-handed swinger, Jalen Robb.
Oh, soccer's up 3-0.
Good.
Designated hitter for the Jayettes. Here comes the 1-0 pitch.
Winner of
I saw it. Here we go, Jalen.
Winner of
And that
Knoxville
is
and
1-1.
Bowles.
2 strikeouts in the first inning by her. Got herself out of some danger. A leadoff single and a walk, but runners in scoring position. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Robb takes it low for a ball. Counts moves to 2-1. Hurd struggling with her command early in this one. Behind in the count to the 6th place hitter in the Jayettes lineup. Robb half swing. She'll go on this one.
Here we go, get this one.
This one was high, so Robb could be standing on first base right now. She weren't chasing those 2 balls in this AB. Count evens up at 2-2 to the 8th grader. Hurd rocks and fires, swinging through the pitch is Robb, and that will be the 3rd strikeout victim for the Jayettes. And
now batting number 1, Taryn
Mary into the batter's box. The senior, part of the distance medley team that just took 15th place at the state championships last Friday.
That's Aaron.
Taking the first pitch is Naring, high for a ball. Count is 1-0. 1-0 ahead in the count is the senior left fielder of the Jayettes. Hurd rocks and fires. Pitch gonna be 2-0 that time, and it is now 2-0. Karen Naring hit 186 last season with a 250 on base. Here comes the 2-0 to the senior. She'll swing this one, and it will be fouled back. Count moves to 2-1. Third baseman Eversole pulling in of the bag here, thinking Naring might try to lay down the bunt here with 1 out. Jayettes had 1 hit in the first inning. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Hurd. It's going to be low and called a ball. Count moves to 3-1. Hurd in danger of walking her second batter of this game. She walked Kerrigan Welchel in our first. 3-1 pitch from Hurd. She rocks and fires. It catches the heart of the plate this time. And we got Taryn. Full count, 3-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Full count to Naring. Hurd comes home, swinging for the pitch, and not able to catch up on it that time is Naring. Or they're going to say she just got a piece of this one.
You got it,
and she stays alive. Eversole wasn't able to hold on and complete the catch that time. So we'll do it again. Here comes the 3-2 from Hurd. She rocks and fires and swinging on a pitch out of the zone with Naring. And that is out number 2.
Now batting number 2, Harper Peterson.
Harper Peterson stepping in. She's part of Cesar Hernandez's soccer club that will play tomorrow night. She also had a really strong swimming season for Jean Dowd and the Jayettes back in the fall. First pitch to Harper, taken for a strike. She's behind the count 0-1. Harper was also wrestling during the winter season. She's been extremely busy. She'll swing at the 0-1, falls behind in the count 0-2. Hurd awfully close to striking out the side here on our second inning. Head in the count against Harper Peterson 0-2. Rocking and firing is Hurd, swinging on the pitch, not able to catch up to Peterson. 3 up, 3 down, no hits, no runs. We go to the top of the third, still no score here in Perry. Greene County Perry, softball here on the Rankin Valley Radio Sports Network.
After 2 innings, the score remains 0-0. Now batting number 5, McKenna Eversole.
Top of the third, still no score. Braden Brown broadcasting live from the Perry Fairway broadcast booth. Keneally back now for her third inning of work, and swinging at the first pitch is the 9-hole hitter Eversole. Fouls it back and out of play as Keneally moves ahead in the count 0-1. Keneally stepping in for Maci Tunink, who had been the starting pitcher since her sophomore year. Keneally's 0-1. Can't catch the outside corner. A good pitch there, but called the ball. 1-1. Keneally pitched 25 innings last year for the Jayettes, mostly in relief. Here comes the 1-1 to the 9-hole hitter. It is inside, taken for a ball. Eversole had to jump off the plate that time in danger of being hit with that pitch. Eversole, the catcher for the Rams. Right-handed swingers. 2-1 pitch. It's a fly ball out to Nairn in left field. She'll get underneath it and makes the play. And for out number 1. The first time through the order, Keneally not
now
able
batting,
to record a
leading off,
strikeout, but
number
most
20,
importantly, hasn't given up a
Kogan.
run. Nairn's been extremely busy out there in left field. She's already had to make the play on 4 plays.
Ben Whaley's the hat trick.
Peyton
Already
Cote
it's only
stepping in, the left-handed swinger. A slap hitter takes the first pitch for a strike as Keneally gets ahead 0-1. Pop up to third base, the first go around for Cote. Here comes the 0-1. It's going to be taken for a strike, 0-2. Fire and strikes to the top of the order. Love to see it as Keneally ahead in the count 0-2 with 1 out in the third inning. Takes her time, gets back on the rubber, rocks and fires, pitch low and in the dirt, and Cote will hold off from swinging at that one, and the count moves to 1-2. 1-2 pitch, Keneally. She stares in, showing rock and fire. Pitch goes around the plate, and a ball. 2-2 to the senior designated hitter for the Rams. First time through the order, 2 hits for Greene County. Here comes the 2-2. It's rolled right back to the pitcher, Keneally. She fires.
Now batting number 10, Casey Pittman.
1-3 on the putout if you're keeping track at home. And that brings up Casey Pittman, who reached on a bunt single the first go-around. Perks playing in at third base. Showing bunt is Pittman. She'll stab at it and missed it. And it will be strike number 1 as Keneally gets ahead. 0-1 with 2 outs here in the third. 2-hole hitter Casey Pittman in the dish. Pitch, grounded, right back to the pitcher Keneally. She'll fire to first, and that will be out number 3. 1-2-3, top of the third. No hits, no runs. Still no score here at Perry on the Rocky Mountain Radio Sports Network. Still no score.
Now batting number 8, Cate Erickson.
At that of the season. Here comes the first pitch to the junior. She swings at it, and it will be strike number 1 as the junior falls behind. One of the top goal scorers for the Jayettes soccer team. Here comes the 0-1 from her. Swinging at it, fell back, and strike number 2 as Erickson falls behind 0-2. Aiden playing right field. These balls are keeps extremely busy. A strong wrestling campaign. Coach TJ Malin, she's swinging at the 0-2. Ground ball to the shortstop, Anderson. He charges it, fires the first base for out number 1 as they get Erickson by a step.
Now batting number 13, Kerrigan Walchel.
Step it up now, Cate Erickson as we return to the top of the
Now batting number 9, Cate Erickson.
Cate single on a bunt the first go around. Swinging at the first pitch, ground ball to the third baseman Moreland. She charges, makes the play, and gets Erickson by his steps. So her relying on her defense, and they're making some plays. 5-3 on the play.
Now batting number 13, Kerrigan Walchel.
The first go around through the lineup, 5 strikeouts by her. Kerrigan Russell steps back in. First pitch, fouled back. Strike one. Kerrigan walked on 4 pitches in her first at-bat. The junior catcher for the Jayettes trying to get on base, start a 2-out rally. Here comes the 0-1 to Kerrigan. She'll take it, crossing the plate. It's going to be low, 1-1. Good pitch that time by her, trying to get Kerrigan to chase one just below the knees. Bird gets back on the rubber. She'll rock and fire. 1-1. This one bounces before it gets to the plate. Easy take for Kerrigan. And she's now ahead in the count, 2-1. If Kerrigan can reach, her younger sister Callie will come to the batter's box. She struck out in our first inning. Kerrigan, the right-handed swinger, ready for the 2-1. Hurd comes home, swinging at it, fly ball. Out towards right field and foul territory. The second baseman Johnson's going to run underneath it and make the play. No hits, no runs. No one.
The score remains 0-0.
Going to the top of the fourth last season.
Now batting number 1, Sarah Moreland.
Keely's back on the mound. She's ready to rock and fire. First pitch swinging, popped up in foul territory. Coming in to make the play. No, Brooks drops it. And a run in from third base that time. And it went off her glove and bounced out. That's just going to be strike number 1. And she's immediately going to switch gloves.
They just switched around.
Oh, yeah.
Emma just gave her a new glove. She dropped it and gave her a new glove.
0-1 ahead in the count for Moreland. She'll swing at the next pitch. Now behind the count, 0-2. Is Keely. Hasn't been able to strike out a ram yet, but she hasn't really needed to, and she's putting up 0 so far. 2 hits scattered in our first 3 innings. Swinging at the 0-2, fly ball out to center field. Cate Erickson will run underneath it and make the play. Now 1 out, and stepping in is Olivia Smith. She flew out to
Now batting number 33, Olivia Smith.
Smith, just a sophomore for the Rams, played in every game. First pitch swing and pop up on the field. Getting underneath it. Out number 2.
Now batting number 7, Becca Anderson.
So 2 quick outs here in the 4th inning. We'll bring in Becca Anderson. She singled down the third base line in the 2nd. Here comes the first pitch from Keely. She rocks and fires. It is high and outside. Count moves to 1-0 with 2 outs in the 4th. Keely gets back on the rubber. She'll come home with the pitch. It's going to be low for a ball.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what?
Nice.
2-2 count to Becca Anderson, the shortstop for Greene County, with 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. Keely comes home. She bounces this one for a ball, and the count runs full. 3-2. With 2 outs in the 4th, already 2 hits for Greene County in this game. 3-2 pitch coming home. Keely, ground ball to third base. It's going to be off the glove, and it's going to be an error by the Jayettes in reaching this Anderson. Would have been a tough play to make, but once it went off the glove and bounced out.
Now batting number 39, Elena Hurd.
Reaching first base.
Here we go, Dave!
Elena Hurd looking to help herself out. The Greene County pitcher, the right-handed swinger, steps in. Here comes the first pitch from Keely. It goes across the heart of the plate, called a strike, 0-1. Anderson standing on first base. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, Keneally. Fouled back by Hurd. Hurd played quite a bit as a freshman. Hit .242 for the Greene County Rams. Was used mostly as their starting pitcher, and she's going to be their ace once again this year. Keneally comes home, 0-2. Pitch inside, fouled off, and Hurd stays alive.
I did not make that. That's okay.
So with 2 outs, anything put into play, Anderson's going to start running. And the 0-2 pitch from Keneally, it's going to be high, and Hurd's going to lay off that one. An easy take, as Keneally was trying to get the sophomore to chase. 1-2 pitch. Keneally rocks and fires. Swung at it again. Spoiled by Hurd. Just found that one straight back. Staying alive in the count. Waiting for Keneally to make a mistake here and try and do some damage with 2 outs in the 4th inning. Keneally gets back on the rubber. She'll rock and fire. Pitch low. Trying to steal.
Yes!
Anderson. And she gets it underneath the tag. That was a great throw by Kerrigan last time. Kelly received it.
Good throw, Kerrigan!
Tagged down on time.
That was good.
Pitch was a ball, so the count moves to 2-2.
Are you at the baseball game? Like the last
2
one
outs.
game?
No, I
Keneally
was
comes
doing
home.
score
Fly
lucky.
ball out to center field. Cate Erickson will run in, and she'll enter play. So the error does not come back to first position yet. No hits, no runs, 1 runner left on base.
Now batting number 5, Callie Welchel.
Callie Welchel stepping in. First pitch swinging. Sent to the second baseman Johnson. Bounces twice to her. Fires over to first
Now batting
base,
number
and
4,
Smith
Christina
makes the
Keneally.
cutout for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 4th inning. And Tina Keneally going to be stepping in. She grounded out to third base in her first at bat. First pitch swinging, foul down the third base line for strike 1. Starting pitcher for the Jayettes, Tina Keneally. Behind in the count 0-1 with 1 out in the 4th. Hurd comes home with it, high and outside for a ball. Count moves to 1-1. Keneally had 1 home run last season. Wasn't too many home runs hit by the Jayettes, as Emily Bell led the team with 5 last year. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Keneally gets a good rip at that one and fouls it straight back, as the senior falls behind in the count now 1-2. Hurd has 5 strikeouts so far in this game. As we sit here on the bottom of the 4th inning, the sophomore will rock and fire, swinging at it. Keneally, ground ball to Anderson at short. She fields it, fires to first base, and we'll get Keneally by 2 steps for out number 2. Kate Shuttler will come to the batter's box.
Now batting number 10, Kate Shuttler.
The 8th grader struck out looking back in inning number 1 with runners on 2nd and 3rd. First hit, high for a ball. Ahead of the count 1-0.
Here we go, Kate, be you!
Mary has just 1 hit through the first 3 innings and change. That was Cate Erickson, leadoff single. Hurd comes home with the 1-0. This one's low in the dirt. Shuttler jumps out of the way as she moves ahead of the count now 2-0. Stepping in the first base for the Jayettes to begin this 2025 season. Here comes the 2-0 from Hurd. Fastball over the hull of the plate, called a strike. Shuttler was taken on the way, it looked like. Now the count is 2-1. Shuttler in the batter's box, the right-handed hitter, swinging at a pitch high. Count moves to 2-2. Sometimes that ball up around the eyes just looks too good to not swing at. And the count is now 2-2. choke up a little bit and try and put something in play to see if the defense can make a play. Instead, Shutley takes the 2-2 and it's just off the plate. Tough take that time with 2 strikes, but good plate vision, and the count runs full at 3-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. 3-2 from her. It is coming outside, and reaching on the walk is Cate Shutley. That will bring
Now batting number 18, Jalen Rubb.
Jalen Rubb to the batter's box, the designated hitter for the Jayettes. She struck out swinging back in the 2nd. First pitch from her, high for a ball. 1-0.
There's a bunny in the outfield.
Oh my God.
Add in the count, 1-0
right
is
now.
Rob. Bird comes home with it.
terrible.
Hit it high. Call the ball. 2-0. There's a rabbit bouncing around out in right center field, making its way towards right field. Be kind of funny if the ball got hit towards there. I'd love to see Rob hit one in the gap out in right center. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Taking it low for a ball, and Rob is now ahead in the count 3-0. So the designated hitter is in a great spot here. Shuttler standing on first base after the 2-out walk, and Burns in danger of walking another hitter. Here comes the 3-0, swinging at it, flies out down the first baseline and out of play for strike 1. So Emma Olenzak trusting the 8th grader that time, not giving her the take sign. Swung at the pitch, put a good swing on it, but it was out of play. Bird now coming home with the 3-1. Swinging at it, Rob. Ground ball down the third baseline, out of play.
Here we go, Jalen!
Moving 3-2. So with 2 outs, anything put into play here, Shuttler's going to be off to the races. And Rob's going to have to protect with 2 strikes. Here comes the 3-2 from Bird. Swinging at it, Rob, ground ball, back to her. Off her glove, she fires the first base, and they will get Rob in time on the 1-3 putout. So the walk will
After 4, Greene County 0, Perry 0.
Greene County.
Now batting number 14, Bella Johnson.
And we now go to Bella Johnson. So we have the 7, 8, and 9 hole hitter for the Rams. Keneally backed out, swinging at the first pitch is Johnson, and the second baseman pops this one back and out of play. Count is 0-1. Pop up to the catcher on our first at bat. Kerrigan had to make a circus catch, diving behind the ball. Swinging at the 0-1, out to the
Now batting number 6, Violet Reedy.
One out now in the 5th. Stepping in, Violet Reedy, the center fielder. First pitch catches the inside corner as Keneally moves ahead in the count 0-1. Pop up the Shuttler at first base. First at bat for Reedy. Behind in the count 0-1. And she'll take the 0-1 and make it 1-1. Pitch was high that time. Keneally working against the 8-hole hitter. Rocks and fires. Bounces this one to the plate. An easy take for the center fielder. Reedy, a senior for the Greene County Rams, has a leadership role on this team. 2-1 pitch from Keneally is going to be off the plate. Count moves to 3-1. Keneally hasn't walked a hitter in the game yet. She's in danger of doing it for the first time. Swinging out the pitch, ground ball to Callie Welchel at short. Fire to first base, and will get the center fielder by a couple of steps for out number 2.
Now batting number 5,
If
McKenna
you're
Eversole.
keeping track at home on the ground ball, we'll see the catcher, McKenna Eversole, come to the batter's box. One of the top Rams basketball players from last season for a team that struggled. She'll take the first pitch, and it's going to be just inside for the ball. Good pitch there to lead off the at-bat by Keneally. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Rocking, firing. Fly ball out to right field. Cate Erickson charging hard. No hits, no run. No one left on base. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Fourth count back to
Now batting number 1, Tara Neary.
Here comes the first pitch from her. Showing bunt is Neary. She'll pull it back, and the pitch is in the dirt for a ball. Cate Neary looking for a lead-off single bunt style. If she can get it down. Playing in at third base is Moreland, expecting that bunt. Here comes the 1-0 from her. She'll rock and fire. And taking it for a strike. Count moves to 1-1. Evens things up for her. Neary. Sophomore working against the senior. Showing bunt Neary, pulls it back, and that is called a ball. So Neary ahead to count 2-1. The Perry left fielder. He's been very busy out in the outfield tonight making plays. 2-1 pitch from her. Neary shows bunt, tries to get it down the first base line, and it rolls foul. 2-2. After the foul off bunt attempt. So Neary showing bunt about 4 times in this at-bat. Hasn't been able to get it down. We'll see if she still looks to do that with 2 strikes. Bird looking for this punch out here. Comes home with the pitch. Neary fouls it down the right field line. And this will be a foul ball. And we'll keep things here at 2-2. Perry coming off a 4th place finish in the Heart of Iowa Conference. Greene County was tied in the basement in 7th place last season. And we're starting things off with a conference flash in night number 1. Here comes the feature Neary. She'll take it low in the dirt for a ball, and a good at-bat here from Neary, getting it to full 3-2. Would love to see a leadoff base runner here for the Jayettes. Single or a walk would be huge for Perry. Here comes the 3-2 from her. She rocks and fires. Neary puts it on play. Anderson at short. Comes in, throws over the first, and that is out number 1. Anderson's been a vacuum over there at shortstop, making all the plays that have come her way. It's now 1 out in the 5th inning, and we'll see Harper Peterson come to the batter's box.
Now batting number 2, Harper Peterson.
Right-handed hitting, Harper Peterson in her freshman year didn't take a single at-bat. She struck out back in the 2nd inning, played in just 3 games last year. Bird ready to come home with the first pitch. It's going to be inside, but swung at by Peterson for strike 1. The Jayettes second baseman. Behind in the count 0-1. Being aggressive, first pitch swinging. Here comes the 0-1 with 1 out. Bird. Swung at by Peterson. Over to Anderson at short. She charges it. Throws over to first, and she'll make the play once again. Shortstop's been busy tonight, and that is out number 2. And we'll see Cate Erickson come to the batter's box. And what did she do in her first at-bat?
Now batting number 8, Cate Erickson.
Anderson, who made the play. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Bird comes home with it, and Erickson chases the ball in the dirt as Aiden falls behind 0-1. Aiden will be in Grimes tomorrow for the soccer game. Swings at the second pitch of the at-bat and falls behind in the count 0-2. Aiden, the second leading goal scorer for Jayettes soccer, will be taking on the DCG Mustangs, the 3-time defending state champions in 2A. She swings at the 0-2, fouls it down the third base line and out of play as she stays alive. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock tomorrow night in that soccer game if you want to make your way to DCG and root on the Jayettes and Coach Cesar Fernandez. 0-2 pitch to Aiden. Hurd comes home. She catches the outside corner, and that's going to end the 5th inning. No hits, no runs, no one left on base.
Now batting number 20, Peyton Coking.
Sarah Moreland, 1, 2, and 3. Coking 0 for 2 in tonight's ball game. The left-handed swinger shows bunt, stabs at it, misses, and she's behind the count 0 and 1. Keneally, entering her 6th inning of work here, has done a good job without recording a single strikeout. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, showing bunt, pulling back, and it's going to be outside for a ball. Count evens up at 1 and 1. Couple of seniors going at it in this AB. Keneally's 1-1 pitch comes home, showing bunt, Coaching gets it down, third baseman charges in, fires over to first base, it's going to be too late. Coaching showing off her speed that time, testing the third baseman Kurtz, and it's going to be too slow. First-year manager Emma Olenzak trying to argue that Coaching was out of the batter's box when she made contact with the ball. She's not going to win that argument after the leadoff single.
Now batting number 10, Casey Pittman.
Casey Pittman reached on an infield single on a bunt back in the 1st inning. She's also grounded out to the pitcher. She shows bunt. Bends it down perfect in front of home plate. And Terry has nowhere to go with it. And we have back-to-back infield singles to lead off our 6th inning. And a dangerous hitter coming to the ditch. The 3-hole hitter, Sarah Moreland. And Coach Olenzak wants to come in and talk with her Jayettes. 4 hits given up in the game here.
Now batting number 1, Sarah Moreland.
Still no score. Moreland hit .328 last year, had 13 RBIs. She led Greene County in that category. First pitch, she shows bunt right to Keneally. She fires the first base, and they're going to get Moreland by a couple of steps, and that will be out number 1. So the sacrifice.
Now batting number 33, Olivia Smith.
That time. 1-3 on the putout. That puts a couple of runners in scoring position for Olivia Smith, the first baseman. Infield playing in. Here comes the first pitch. Showing bunt, pulling back, pulled a ball. Keneally falls behind 1-0. Smith hit .262 last season as a freshman. 61 at-bats, 13 singles, 2 doubles. Hit here would give Greene County the lead. Rocking and firing, showing bunt, right back to Keneally. She doesn't look at home, and the runner comes in and is hitting out at first base as Peterson is covering the bag. So that's going to be the first run of the game on another sacrifice. So the ball hasn't even left.
Now batting number 7, Becca Anderson.
And the run comes across the plate for Greene County. You got to score to win anyway. But there's now 2 outs here in the 6th inning. So the Jayettes give up the run there. Swinging at the first pitch is Anderson. And she can't catch up with it. She singled back in the 1st inning with a hard hit ball down the third baseline. Kirks was not able to get in front of that one. Ahead in the count is Keneally, and another hard hit ball down the third baseline. It's hit by Kirks, and it's going to be a clean single. And the second run of the game is going to come across the plate and give Greene County a 2-0 lead. 3 singles in the inning, a couple of sacrifices lead to 2 runs.
Now batting number 39, Elena Hurd.
Elena Hurd, the pitcher for Greene County, stepping in with her team already up 2. A right-handed hitter. And before she steps in, Keneally asking for a new ball. So the senior gets her wish, and she'll get ready to get back on the rubber with her team down 2. With 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Taking her time. Brought her on first base is Anderson after the single. First pitch going to be high for a ball. Got loose to 1-0. on the hitter's count. Ahead, 1-0. Keneally runs and fires, swinging at it, and down the third base line. And it's going to be foul. Count moves to 1-1. Now we'll even things up. And Keneally's going to ask for another softball. So Keneally did a good job of shutting down Greene County through the first 5 innings, but they found 2 runs here in the 6th. 2 outs, runner on first. Keneally comes home. Fly ball out to Marion in left field. She'll run underneath it and make the play for out number 3. 3 hits coming in the 6th inning. 1 runner left on base, 2 runners crossed on play.
Now batting number 9, Cate Erickson.
Here we go, Kate! Cate Erickson, 1 for 3 tonight. She reached on a bunt single back in the 1st inning. First at bat from her, leading for the first time. Cate Erickson tries to lay down a bunt single, and it goes out of down the third base line, and that will be strike 1.
Here we go, Kate!
Kate trying to show off some of that speed, coming off a tremendous track season. She was part of the distance medley team. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, showing bunt. Erickson down the first base line. Her steals it.
Good job, Kate!
What happened in the top of the 6th inning when we saw the leadoff hitter Koking reach on it.
Now batting number 13, Kerrigan Walchel.
Kerrigan Walchel 0 for 1 tonight. She walked back in the 1st inning, popped up the second baseman in the 4th. Hurd comes home with the first.
Go, go, go!
And the Jayettes have a runner in scoring position with the wind blowing in here in Canada.
I don't think that was the reason.
It's getting colder and colder.
I don't think the wind is the reason she threw it way over her head.
Hurd. 1-0 pitch to Kerrigan. Swung that straight back and a good swing by the junior.
Here we go, Kerrigan!
And it evens things up at 1-1. Cate Erickson has both of the hits for Perry tonight, as Hurd has done a good job of scattering 2 hits through 5 and change. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Hurd. It is inside off the glove, and Erickson's going to try and take third base, and she hits it. She hits by the third base.
Get out.
And Erickson.
Good job, Kate!
Good job, Kate!
She advances on a wild pitch, then a pass ball.
Here we go, Kerrigan!
And a back throw gets her home, and the Jayettes have their first run of the season, and it is a 1-run ball game.
Let's go, Kerrigan! Nobody better!
Was that a throwing or a
Kerrigan
field?
steps in with a 3-1 count back
It
into
was
the
on
batter's
somebody.
box. As
We'll give it to the pitcher because it doesn't really matter what he does.
Kerrigan swings out of play. It goes down the first base line. And that will make it a full count. So Kerrigan's going to have to protect here with the Jayettes.
Here we go, Kerrigan!
2-1.
It's 2-2.
Here comes the pitch to Kerrigan. Takes it high for a ball.
Atta girl! Oh.
And now the count is So Kerrigan had an on-base percentage of .490 last year. She did so well. She was one of the top players in the Heart of Iowa Conference. Here comes a 3-2
Yes!
She's walked twice already.
Now batting number 5, Callie Welchel.
It sounds like you're yelling it.
She's 0 for 2. Struck out back in the 1st inning with runners on 2nd and 3rd.
Speakers used to
Also
be in here, so
grounded
any
out
things
to
sounded
the
super loud.
second baseman. She'll take the first pitch in the dirt from Hurd.
Here we go,
For a
Callie!
ball. Count moves to 1-0.
Here we go, Cal!
Hurd has walked 3 hitters tonight. As the sophomore rocks and fires with a runner on first. Callie takes it for a row. Count moves to 2-0. Kerrigan standing on first base after the walk. Her young assistant steps in with a 2-0 count with no outs in the 6th. Hurd comes home with the pitch. Kerrigan swings out of play down the first base line. Count moves to 2-1. Bird was 4-19 last year. She had all 4 wins for Greene County.
Here we go, Cal! Go, Cal!
Club that lost 20 overall, and she took 19 of those losses. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Kerrigan fouls this one out play. Once again down the first base line. And the count moves to 2-2 to the
Let's go, Callie!
shortstop. Have to collect some more softballs.
Robert,
The ball gone out of play.
Good job, Robert.
So they get this one back to Bird with no out still.
That's just 2.
Runner on first base, Kerrigan, who walked. The Jayettes have already had 1 run across the plate. Cate Erickson as they trail 2-1. Callie and the batter's box, the right-handed hitter. 2-2 from her. She comes home, pitches high for a ball. Full count to the sophomore.
82 pitches, so she's getting. Yeah.
Here we go, Cal!
Jayettes
1 pitch!
looking to do something here with Kerrigan standing on first base. Hurd comes home with the 3-2. Swung at, put in play. It is fielded by Smith, and she'll just step on first base for out number 1. Kerrigan advances to second base, so it is a productive out.
Now batting number 4, Tina Keneally. And at bat, Kelly!
So 1 unassisted on the putout. And there's 1 out now with Tina Keneally stepping in, looking to help herself out. 1 swing could tie up this game. A lot of room out in right center as they play her straight up in center field. First pitch, in with dirt. Kerrigan's going to try and take third base, and she'll get there.
So what, Tina? Here we go, back!
So now a pass ball could tie up this game. We're going to say Keneally swung at that pitch. Kind of a
Good job, Tina!
swing that time, and then say she went. So 0-1 behind the count is the senior. Second pitch of the at-bat. Bird rocks and fires. It is high for a
May not have
ball.
another one.
She's missed firing away a lot of times tonight to the right-handed hitters of the Jayettes. 1-1 pitch. Bird comes home. Swung at. Popped up on the infield. The second baseman, Johnson, calls for it. And she'll make the play. And Perry cannot advance Kerrigan.
I believe, Todd! Here we go, Kate!
Big out number 2. And Kate Shuttler will come to the batter's box.
Now batting number 10, Kate Shuttler.
She's 0 for 1. She
Here we go,
struck
Kate!
out back in the first inning. She walked in the 4th. Big time for the 8th grader here, working against the sophomore Hurd.
Sit down! Here we go!
First strike 1. Now behind the count is Shuttler.
Oh, wait a minute, Kate! Here we go, babe!
2-1. Perry already scoring 1 run in this
You got it,
inning.
Kate!
Hurd rocks and fires.
Good!
Shuttler takes it for a ball. Evens things up at 1-1.
Did you win?
The right-handed
Did you
hitter,
win?
Shuttler gets back in the batter's box. Close stance. Here comes the pitch from Hurd. Inside for a ball. And now it's 2-1. To be a little pickier here, ahead in the count. Can Shuttler. 1 of 2 8th graders in the starting lineup for Emma Orlanzek. 2-1 pitch. It bounces in front of the plate. Good job of Eversole.
Gotta be yours.
In front of her, and Kerrigan cannot advance for the tying
Gotta be
run.
yours, Kate! Sit down!
One of the bigger plays in this game defensively. Eversole right there, keeping that ball in front of her. Down on both knees and just knocked it down. Here comes the 3-1 to Shuttler.
Let it go! Jump, Kate!
That's the second walk in this inning. And Jalen Robb,
Now batting number 18, Jalen Robb.
the designated hitter.
Here we go, Jay! Here we go, Jay!
For Addison Kirk.
She's been watching this too.
Robb 0 for 2 in this game. Here comes the first pitch. Swinging. Fly ball.
Get over.
Left center. Will it drop? No. Anderson retreats and gets to the grass and makes the play for out number 3. 2 runners left on base, 1 hit. Jayettes get her first run across the plate. They trail 2-1.
Number 14, Bella Johnson.
Come on, Tina.
Johnson 0 for 2 in this game. She got under both of her at-bats, popped up to the catcher and to left field. She's first pitch swing, sends it out to left field. That bounces before it gets to Marion, and that is a lead-off single for Greene County. And a lead-off single back in the 6th inning that ultimately brought in 2 runs.
Now batting number 6, Violet Reedy.
Violet Reedy stepped in the center fielder. She's 0 for 2 in this game. Grounded out to Callie Welcher at shortstop, her last AB. Keneally back out there, pitching in the 7th, showing bunt to Reedy. She can't get it down, and that will be strike 1. Greene County playing for an insurance run here on the top of the 7th.
It's 7-0 now.
Seeing if they can get Johnson into scoring position. Keneally ahead in the count, 0-1. Showing bunt, getting it down right in front of home plate. Carries it, there's the first, and there's that runner. Back to place, worked out as planned. 2-3 on the put-up.
Now batting number 5, McKenna Eversole.
That puts a runner on second for McKenna Eversole. Keneally on the rubber with a runner on second. That is Bella Johnson. Eversole in the batter's box, swinging at the first pitch, and she hits it hard down the third base line, just slightly foul for strike 1. Eversole hit 135 last season in the 9-hole for Coach Kennedy.
Here you go, Tina!
More of a defensive catcher, what we're expecting out of her this campaign. Base hit here, we give her an RBI likely. Here comes the 0-1 from Keneally. It's going to be a little high and outside. Count evens up at 1-1 with 1 out in the top of the 7th. Eversole had 3 RBIs for Greene County last season. Keneally will rock and fire. Pitch high and outside, 2-1. Leadoff hitter Coking coming to the batter's box next.
Here we go, Tina!
Hopefully with 2 outs. Keneally working against Eversole. She'll rock and fire. Pitch. Foul back. Good swing that time by Eversole. Right on it and fouled it straight back. Keneally evens things up at 2-2 with a runner on second. That's Bella Johnson. She had a leadoff single here in the 7th. She was bunted over by Reedy to get to second base. Keneally's 2-2. Swung at and out of play by
Jason always
Eversole.
says.
She struck with the pitch
And
there.
I'm like, it's not even close. Not even close, Jason.
6 hits in the game for Greene County. 2 runs to show for it. Perry has 2 hits with 1 run. Swinging at the 2-2 pitch. It's out to right center field. Cate Erickson. And it's going to be too late to tag up the runner. That will be out number 2. Eversole put a nice right out into right field. And making the play was Cate Erickson.
Now batting number 20, Peyton Kobe.
But she's been able to make the few chances she's had. Coking steps in, she's singled back in the 6th inning. So with 2 outs, it would be awfully beneficial for Perry to get the leadoff hitter here. Johnson standing on second. Coking, the left-handed slap hitter in the batter's box. Here comes the first pitch from Keneally. Good pitch by Keneally, gets her ahead in the count, 0-1. See what Keneally wants to do here, ahead in the count for Coking. Rocks and fires, low and in the dirt, it bounces. Kerrigan keeps it in front of her, and the count evens up at 1-1. Casey Pittman on deck. She's 2 for 3 in this game with 2 bunt singles. Back on the rubber, Keneally, she rocks and fires. Coaching gets a piece of this one and fouls the ball.
Kids right there are looking at the guys.
Very busy crowd here. Night number 1 of the softball season. The cooler temperature not scaring away many fans. Keneally ahead in the count 1 and 2 with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. She comes home, lowing in the dirt, evens things up at 2 and 2. So Keneally has one more pitch to play with here. Still ahead. She can get coaching to chase something. 2-2 coming home. It's grounded right back to Keneally. She fields it and not enough power.
Home!
Coming home trying to score. And the infield single is going to lead to another run.
Now batting number 10, Casey Pittman.
So a ground ball to the pitcher. Keneally whipped it over to first base. It was too late to get Cokie. And Johnson never stopped running once she got to third. And she was able to score from second base. 7th hit of the game for Greene County. Showing bunt is Pittman. She'll take it back and take the pitch low for a ball. Head in the count now is Pittman 1 and up. Showing bunt, getting it down fair. Kerrigan fires the first, and it's going to be just a late. And back-to-back infield singles, and we'll see Moreland come back to the batter's box. So now runners on first and second with 2 outs. And Moreland, who's second.
Now batting number 1, Sarah Moreland.
2 outs. Keneally back on the rubber. She'll rock and fire. Moreland takes the first pitch. Low for a ball. That was a good pitch. Just couldn't get Moreland to chase it. Moreland, one of the top returners, hit .328 last season. 1-0 pitch, swung at, ground ball. Kurtz comes in, fields it, fires to first base. Throw off line, they come home with it.
Got her.
The runner at
Let's go!
They make the play at home, and that will end the inning. So we'll have 1 runner left on base, 3 hits, lead to 1 run. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Perry needs 2 runs to extend this game. It's 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th here on the Rankin Valley Radio Sports Network.
Now batting number 1, Taryn Deering.
Gonna need some late inning heroics from the Jayettes. Bottom 7, they're down 2 runs. Taryn Deering, the senior, stepping in. Hurd looking for the complete game here. Back out in the 7th inning. First pitch, rocks and fires. Taken high for a ball. The left fielder of the Jayettes ahead in the count. 1-0. Hurd rocks and fires. Second pitch of the at-bat, also high. And Naring in a good spot here, ahead 2-0. On deck, Peterson, Cate Erickson in the hole. If anyone can reach, we'll see the top of the lineup for the Jayettes. 2-0 pitch from Hurd, swinging at it, sending it down the right field line and out of play is Naring. Count moves to 2-1. Hurd striking out 6 batters so far in this game. Comes home with the 2-1. The outside corner for a strike. Now 2-2.
Find a way on. Here we go.
After being down in the count 2-0, Hurd has evened things up at 2-2. The sophomore pitcher gets back on the rubber. She'll rock and fire. Naring pops it up on the infield. Johnson, the second baseman, gets underneath it. Can of corn. She makes the play.
Here we go, Harper. Here we go, Harper.
Peterson will step in.
Pass the bat.
Second baseman for the Jayettes. Just the freshman. Again, this is
Now batting number 2,
one
Harper
team with
Peterson.
just 2 seniors on the roster. First pitch to Peterson. Swung at, may have been low, foul.
Here we go, Harp.
Strike 1.
Top hand.
Close to 2 in the game is Peterson. Struck out swinging. That's ball is grounded out to Anderson at shortstop. She'll swing, put this one in play, gets by first. Johnson comes in, fires over to first base, and they get her. Out number 2, carried down to their final out in this one.
Now batting number 8, Cate Erickson.
Here we go, Aiden. Just takes one. Pass it back. Here we go, man.
If you're keeping track at home, make sure you stick around.
Good.
In this one, as Cate Erickson takes the first pitch of the at-bat for a ball.
Here we go, Aiden.
Falling behind in the count in this
Good.
and so for this one, low and in the dirt, 2-0. She's fallen behind the Naring, Peterson, and Erickson in this inning, but she's been able to retire the first 2.
Here we go, Aiden.
2 outs, bottom 7. Jayettes need to rally here. 2-0 pitch, Erickson takes it. Called stride, count moves to 2-1.
See it down.
Cate Erickson, who is 2 for 3 in this game, standing on deck. Perry would love to extend this game and get the leadoff hitter back to the batter's box.
Good.
2-1 pitch, Roxon fires, coming home is hurt. It bounces before the plate. Easy take for Aiden. And now, and a great hitter's count here, 3-1. She can look for the spot in a certain zone. If it's not there, feel free to take it.
Gotta be good.
Bird comes home, 3-1 pitch. Erickson swinging
Cut.
through it, and that's going to be strike number 2.
Here we go, Aiden.
Perry down to the final strike. Cate Erickson struck out looking back in the 5th inning. Bird, Roxon fires. And that will do it as she strikes out swinging, and Perry falls to 0-1. And the first game of the season, and Greene County starts things out with the victory as they move to 1-0. Appreciate you joining us tonight, preparing Jayettes softball. We'll take a quick time out, get you some final numbers.
All right, we'll be back on Friday against Sadell right back here. We will see you then.